Good morning. I am Judy Zika, and I will be your Master of Ceremonies. I begin by thanking Nick, Jeff, and Janet for this honor of being the Master of Ceremonies. The Berger family would like to welcome you to the Glenbard North for Nicholas Berger's Eagle Scout ceremony. At this time, please turn off all electronic devices or place them in silent mode. Even though every Scout strives to reach this rank, only 2 out of every 100 Scouts actually achieve this rank. At this time, I would like to ask TJ Flanagan, Chris Soto, Lauren Koss, and Luke Mandrella to please come forward for the presentation of the colors.
Color guard attention, will the audience please rise? Color guard forward march and salute. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Color guard post the colors. 2. Color guard dismissed. Will the audience remain standing?
Will Jack Kometz please come forward for the invocation?
Please prepare yourself for the manner of which you're for the invocation. Dear Father, we ask for your blessing for all here, and especially for Nick and his high achievement. We thank you for the many blessings that you've given us for the past leaders, and especially for the past Eagles that we have in the troop. We also ask a special blessing for all those in the military and those in the service of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
You may now be seated. The path to the rank of Eagle is not one taken alone. The principles of scouting, the work ethic of the Scouts themselves, and the guidance of many people in his life all create what is necessary to achieve this rank. When a boy becomes a Scout, there is within him a spirit of scouting. The spirit of scouting embodies the Scout oath and law. The gold candle is going to represent the spirit of scouting. Will Luke please come forward to light the gold candle? May I please ask for the boys who will be part of the lighting ceremony? Come forward.
The scouting spirit. In the words of Lord Baden-Powell, the founder of scouting, scouting is a game played by boys and patrols, under boy leaders, chosen by patrols, guided by man, backed by other men and women of the community. Scouting is a game with purpose and commitment. A vital part of ideas of scouting is represented by the Scout Oath. The first blue candle represents the first part of the oath. On my honor, I will do my best to do my duty to guide my country and to obey the Scout law. The second blue candle represents the second part of the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to help other people at all times. The third blue candle represents the third part of the Scout Oath. On my honor, I will do my best to keep myself physically strong, mentally awake, and morally straight. The spirit of scouting is also emboldened in the Scout motto: be prepared. and the Scout slogan, "Do a good turn daily." The Scout Law has 12 parts, each an integral part of the scouting spirit, and each vital in the building of strong character of a scout. A scout is trustworthy.
The scout tells his truth. He's honest and he keeps his promises. People can depend on him.
A scout is loyal.
The scout is true to his family, friends, scout leaders, school, and nation.
A scout is helpful.
The scout cares about other people. He willingly volunteers to help others without expecting payment or reward.
A scout is friendly.
A scout is a friend to all. He is a brother to other scouts. He seeks to understand others and to respect those with ideas or customs different from his own.
A scout is courteous.
A scout is polite to everyone regardless of age or position. He knows that using good manners makes it easier for people to get along.
A scout is kind.
A scout understands that there is strength in being gentle. He treats others as he wants to be treated.
A scout is obedient.
A scout follows the rules of his family, school, and troop. He obeys the laws of his community and country.
A scout is cheerful.
A scout looks on the bright side of life. He cheerfully does tasks that come his way. He tries to make others happy.
A scout is thrifty.
A scout works to pay his way and to help others. He saves for the future. He protects and conserves natural resources. He uses time and property with great care.
A scout is brave.
A scout can face danger although he is afraid. He has the courage to stand for what he thinks is right, even if others laugh at or threaten him.
A scout is clean.
A scout keeps his body and mind fit. He goes around with others who do the same. He helps keep his home and community clean.
A scout is reverent.
A scout is reverent toward God. He is faithful in his religious duties. He respects the beliefs of others.
At this time, will Eagle Escort Andrew Zanoni please present Eagle Scout candidate Nicholas Berger? Okay, one more left, go on, one more left. Thank you, Mr. Zanoni.
You're welcome.
At this time, will Mr. Flanagan please come forward to read the 100 boys who become scouts?
Good afternoon, everyone. Of any 100 boys who becomes a scout, it must be confessed that 30 will drop out in their first year. Perhaps this may be regarded as a failure, but later in life, they will remember their time and speak well of the scouting program. Of the 100 who will rarely ever appear before a juvenile, of 100, only rarely will one ever appear before a juvenile court. 12 of the 100 will be from families that belong to no church. Through scouting, 12 of these their families will be brought into contact with the church and will continue to be active all their lives. 6 of the 100 will become pastors. Each of the 100 will learn something from scouting. Almost all will develop hobbies and interests throughout the rest of their lives. Approximately 1/2 will serve in the military in varying degrees, profit from their scouting training. At least one will use their training to save another person's life, and many will credit it for saving their own. 2 of the 100 will reach the rank of Eagle. At least one later will say he valued his Eagle above his college degree. Many will find their future vocation through merit badge work and scouting contacts. 17 of the 100 boys will later become scout leaders and give leadership to thousands of additional boys. Only 1 in 4 boys in America will become scouts. But this is interesting to know that of the leaders in the nations in business, religious, and politics, there are 3 out of 4 were scouts. Today, we honor 1 scout in 100. We know the things that he's done in the past and imagine what he can do in the future. Nicholas, during your time in Cub Scouts and in Boy Scouts, you have learned to live by the Tiger Cub motto, the Cub Scout promise, the law of the pack, the Cub Scout motto, the Boy Scout oath, law, motto, and slogan. Okay, let's start from the beginning. Remember the tiger one. Today, for the first time, you will repeat the Eagle Scout promise, making that new promise that does not mean you should forget the others. Instead, I challenge you to always remember and live by the promise you have made as a scout.
Okay, so he was kidding, I'm not. Starting from. At this time, will the following scouts please join us on stage, forming a line to the left of our Eagle Scout candidate? Will Joey Soto, Luke Mandrella, C.J. Murphy, T.J. Flanagan, and Andrew Zanoni please come forward? Nick's journey to Eagle began in Cub Scouts as a tiger, bobcat, wolf, bear, and weeblo. Along the way, he also earned his arrow of light. His Boy Scout journey to Eagle Scout began with earning the Scout rank. Joey?
I am a scout. I joined the troop and learned the scout oath, law, motto, and slogan. I look forward to quickly becoming a tenderfoot scout.
I was a tenderfoot scout. I achieved my rank by learning some basic scouting skills. I went on my first Boy Scout camp out and became an integral part of my troop and patrol.
I am now a second-class scout. I achieved my rank by learning to be more self-sufficient in the outdoors and rendering service to others. I start working on the challenges of becoming a first-class scout.
I am a first-class scout. I achieved my rank by becoming more acclimated to the outdoors through additional camping and hiking. I learned about cooking, first aid, and nature. I learned to be a leader in my patrol, and I'm being prepared to take on leadership roles in the troop. I'm ready to reach out to the first summit to becoming an Eagle Scout. I look forward to the challenges and opportunities as I work towards becoming a Star Scout. I am also a Star Scout. I achieved my rank by building on the challenges I experienced in my journey so far. By earning 6 merit badges, 4 were Eagle required, helping me to explore hobbies, careers, and community interests. As I stand on the first summit to Eagle, I look back on the path I took to get here and look forward along the pathway to becoming a Life Scout.
I am a Life Scout. I achieved my rank through leadership, service, and personal development. I earned 5 more merit badges, 3 of which were Eagle required. Plenty of hard work and good times went into achieving this rank. As I stand on the final summit for Eagle, I know I have a difficult journey ahead of me. But I also know, while the goal may be difficult, I have learned on this pathway that there are no barriers along the trail which a scout cannot overcome. The Eagle Peak is clearly visible to me now.
Thank you, gentlemen. Please return to your seats. Would Jay Biondo please come forward to share his memories of scouting with Nick?
Wow, actually that loft was pretty darn cool. That was pretty awesome. I never got to see the finished product. That was really
Okay. First, Nick wanted to make sure I tell everybody here that he's going to give a 12-hour seminar on Liz Lerman's reading process over here. So, and I just want to let you know that Zeke said they're going to stay all 12 hours. Yeah, that's going to be afterwards. Okay. Nick was part of the Dragon Patrol. Now, the Dragon Patrol was a huge patrol of roughly 12 scouts. and has produced a plethora of eagles. I love that word plethora because it makes me sound smart. So I tend to use it in every speech. Plethora. There was a plethora of eagles. There was some magic in that patrol to produce so many exceptional young leaders. I maintain that the magic was in the blend of personalities that seemed to support the likelihood of success in becoming a great young leader. I'm going to talk about one of those personalities, Nick Berger. To really get to know Nick, you have to observe him in action over time. Only then can you really appreciate the man he has become. My first experience with Nick was at Eagle Caves in Wisconsin. You remember that? Yeah. That was a great, great time. Myself and Nick's dad, Jeff, ran the outing. What stood out for me was how Nick handled the outing. Now, in this outing, he actually got sick on the way up. You know, he had a little bit of a fever. He had a constant headache and everything. Now, I've been around 6 scouts before, and many of them whine and moan, and in many cases bring down the team. I understand that, but it does have an impact. Nick made sure to not affect everybody's fun. Sometimes he had the strength to explore with the boys, and he did. And sometimes he was too sick to continue and would rest in the corner with some of us old people. But I never heard him complain, and he managed to crack a smile or two every once in a while. The message here is that none of the scouts knew he was sick. That's important. That was a small peek to the leader he was going to become. Another outing that I remember that cracked me up about Nick was the cabin outside in Wheaton. The cabin outing in Wheaton. This one Kent and I ran. We hiked around the lake in the snow. The ranger stopped by to discuss the animals in the area, and the scouts took turns starting a fire with a flint. It was, again, a great time. And Nick cracked me up because he brought this Darth Vader helmet. Oh, that was a snowboarding helmet. Okay, I'll tell you right now. This helmet, I mean, he was this 60-pound boy, and the helmet was like 180 pounds. It was just a gigantic, obnoxiously huge helmet. And you know, it was just hilarious. And he wore it throughout the cabin. He wore it hiking. He was attached to this helmet, and it was hilarious actually. And we all joked around, and we were calling him Nick Vader. So his nickname became Nick Vader for that day. It was really a hilarious stunt that kept giving throughout the night. It was really a peek into his humor. He knew it was funny, and he knew he didn't have to say a word to make it funny. That's who he is. Now, Nick was quiet and would pick and choose his moments. At first, you might think he was more of a timid person, maybe even a slight bit of an outsider. Actually, you would be dead wrong. His personality fit in perfectly with this group. To really understand Nick is to understand this moment I'm about to talk about. It's one of my favorite memories with the Dragon Patrol, and it happened at that cabin with Nick in full Nick Vader form. We all know Alex Roberts here, don't we? Everybody knows Alex Roberts? Yeah, you got to know this guy, right? Well, Alex Roberts is rarely bested, rarely. Alex is usually the one outwitting and out-joking the group. Alex is more of an in-your-face type leadership. Is that a nice way to put it? Well, on this day, quiet, observant Nick was ready for Alex. After our dinner meal, the boys were starting to wind down for the night. We had some cookies, which the boys devoured quickly. Minus 2 cookies. 2 cookies. There was 2 cookies there left. Why 2 cookies, I have no idea. They decided to eat them all but the 2 cookies. They were there for nearly 2 hours, these 2 cookies, and nobody claimed them. Very odd for the scouts. And so, you know, we were about to throw them in the trash. I remember this quite vividly because Nick was sitting right over there in full Nick Vader form. Meanwhile, Alex was still trying to start the fire right over there with Flint, which he was actively trying to start that fire for 2 hours. Remember that? Remember how he was just going? He was like a madman with this fire.
And, I mentioned to the boys, I said, there's 2 cookies left here. Does anybody want them? Because we're throwing them away. At this moment, I noticed over there that Nick was taking his helmet off. And he just placed it to the side really nice. What's he up to here? He seemed to even wait and stall. The stalling part was what really made me wonder what was about to happen here. Meanwhile, Alex, never to turn down food, stood up, dusted himself off, and mentioned he'll take them. He began to walk over. And I took a look at Nick. Nick was still quiet, somewhat emotionless. Now, Alex, like most of the night, didn't even know what was happening around him. He slowly walked over to claim the cookies. He was nearly 2 feet away from the cookies. When I say 2 feet, I mean like right here. He just leans over. He gets the 2 cookies, gets them both. Pretty close. And meanwhile, I noticed Nick give a little bit of an evil grin. He did. He gave this evil grin. He stood up and darted quick to the cookies. I mean, fast. He was quick. And I didn't know he was that fast. Because he had to close like 15 feet. Maybe the equivalent of like over there. Here's Alex just ready to grab the cookies, and there's Nick Vader there just dashing like lightning. And it was just fast. And now, as he was coming towards Alex again had no clue. He was just oblivious to this whole thing, what was about to happen. I started to think. I was wondering, what will happen here? Is Alex going to recognize it at the last moment and push Nick down? Will they fight it out? Will they have words? I mean, what's going to happen here? And I admit I was interested in the outcome. I was not about to stop it. Super quick, Nick Vader reached the cookies first, stood up strong in front of Alex with cookies in hand. Remember, there were 2 cookies. I told you that, right? 2 cookies. Now, if you're sitting there thinking that this is one of those heartwarming stories where the future eagle is going to share him the 1 cookie, you would be completely wrong. Actually, what happened is Nick looked at him, paused, stared at him, smiled, and ate that cookie like a squirrel would. Like bits and pieces are splattered. I don't even think anyone actually down his throat. I just think it just went all over the place. Now, Alex was sitting there. I laughed. I cracked up like crazy. Alex was stunned, and he goes, in typical Alex fine, he goes, fine. And he walks over to the fireplace, and he begins working again for another 2 hours, starting the fire. And it was funny. Nick looked at me, he smiled, he walked over to where he placed his Nick Vader helmet, picked it up, and put it back on. Now this scout, let me tell you, was not quiet. He was not small, and he was not an outsider. He was observant, he was athletic, he was funny, he was opportunistic, and he was one of them. I still maintain to this day that he wasn't even hungry when he ate those cookies. Now, over the years, I've seen Nick grow up to be an incredible leader. Nick and Alex were really responsible the last 2 years or so in providing the older scout leadership the troop needed. Many of the older Dragon Scouts had retired and would show up only on occasion. In addition, the troop had become a bit younger, so Nick was needed to take on a bigger role. Much bigger than was anticipated. He was clearly up to the challenge. His quiet leadership was now on full display, and the younger scouts had learned from his experiences. Nick has run several summer camps, has been SPL, and I personally witnessed his successful leadership on our Monday meetings. The seeds of his scout accomplishments were always there, just hidden beneath the surface. I remember mentioning to his dad how Nick's leadership skills had grown so much, and out of all the Dragon Scouts, he had gotten the most out of scouting. I don't know if I was true with that statement when I reflect back on it. I believe Nick was far more mature back then in the cave and cabin than any of us were willing to give him credit for. We just had to look harder at who Nick really was. It was always there, and as the years went on, it became completely apparent. There is no doubt in my mind that Nick will be a fantastic leader in his life. His plethora of skills and experience guarantees it.
to be here. Congratulations, sir. I think Nick is halfway. He's still got college and some adulthood growing to do, but I think he's halfway figuring out that the way to become a scout is to be as silly and fun as you always wanted to be, and then just take care of business also. And I'm just happy to see how he's halfway there. Like all the other scouts have done it. I also wanted to say, he'd have this auditorium probably filled if it hadn't just been the timing of when everyone else had to go to college. He had 10 or 12 other people that were scouts that would love to be here and are missing this. And a good number of other friends that would have been here too, despite how full we've made the red seats here today. I wanted to add just one more humorous note to the Wheaton Cabin event. What we left out was, and this is kind of a message for you younger scouts, not so much part of an Eagle ceremony. If you've ever not quite cleaned the metal dishes, pots, pans, and tucked them away at summer camp, and then you wait 6 months, and you go to a cabin, and you then, for the first time in half a year, open that box, it's an interesting observation. And I still have one of the pots from that patrol box as a planter in my backyard. It's a reminder of that. We couldn't use those ever again, but we did practice washing it just for the heck of it. Jay, thanks for a great lead-in. Let me explain a little bit what's involved with specific what Nick has done to become an Eagle Scout today. He's completed approximately 325 different requirements to get to this ceremony, but I'd like to tell you about the ones that are required just for Eagle, since so few scouts actually get to this honor. The first requirement is to be active in your troop for at least 6 months after earning the rank of Life Scout. Sometimes this can be very difficult for a young man in high school, as he's pulled between classes, sports, friends, and family. It takes commitment on the part of the scout to attend meetings and to contribute to the success of the troop. The next requirement is to demonstrate scout spirit by living the scout oath and the scout law in your everyday life. As Nick advanced through the ranks along the way, he was asked at each board of review, what did you do today to show scout spirit? And which law do you need to work on to do better? By the time the boys arrive at the rank of Eagle, we hope that these values have become a part of their daily decision-making. And we hope that they make ethical choices without having to stop and think about it. We tell the boys that being a scout is doing the right thing, even if you know no one is looking. For the rank of Eagle, each boy must earn a total of 21 merit badges, 11 that are required of all Eagle Scouts across the nation, and 10 that are his own choice. There are over 120 different merit badges to choose from, and they can guide him toward a career, enrich his life, develop his fitness, enhance his ability to help others, and increase his personal growth. Nick has learned first aid skills, how to be a citizen, how to manage money, and how to live in the outdoors. The next requirement is to serve actively in an approved position of responsibility for a period of 6 months. Leadership training is a huge part of what a Boy Scout learns. The Boy Scouts of America believe that leadership can only be learned by leading. Each troop tries to give the boys as much chance as possible to lead. By the time they take a leadership role for the rank of Eagle, they are ready to practice being a good leader and to take responsibility for the success of the troop's activities. Specifically, and off the script here, Nick happened to be the senior patrol leader at a really unique time in our troop. It was just one of those bubbles of populations where a lot of the previous leaders had a lot of kids their age and a bigger troop and group of people to pull from. And it just was his, I would say, bad luck of the draw. When he was in charge, all of a sudden he had like 1/3 of the live bodies to help him do things, and a lot of the kids his age were deeply involved in other things. So one of the most impressive things I've seen is how he, from a position of 5 or 6 years older than much of our younger troop, bonded with them and really acted as a leader, not just in a role. Because we've had times where you could just kind of show up and stand there and things were going to run smooth. Nick did not inherit that.
Nick inherited we need to get this together. We've only got 16 kids, and this event has to happen, and I'm in charge of it. And specifically, I remember him leading and helping lead Survivor Man, one of the first good new recruitment efforts. And it's fair to say that this man's leadership is one of the reasons they're still a troop. I mean, besides the patches, medals, bells, blood candles, cool. But one of the reasons we're even here is because of this guy and his effort, to go back and meet kids he doesn't know, and just for the sake of the troop, put, his effort in to keep it going. So, congratulations. And we still got the whistle. We'll still do whistles and things too. But thank you, sir, for keeping us alive. Probably the most difficult requirement for the rank of Eagle is to plan, develop, and give leadership to others in a service project for a religious organization, a school, or the community. The Scout can spend many hours looking for the right project, and he needs to draw up a plan for carrying out this project. Every aspect of the project must be detailed before he can get the signatures needed, giving him approval to begin the project. Then comes the hard part, carrying out the project and directing a group of boys and adults to accomplish what he needs to have done. The project is the final test of his ability to show leadership and organizational skills that he has learned so far in Scouting. Nick's projects, so beautifully shown in that time-lapse photo, I love that, was here at Glenbard North for the scene shop that's right behind this theater and will be open for you to see after the ceremony. A large structure that was used for storing large columns on top and many doors and windows underneath really needed to be replaced, and when Nick saw this, he knew it was the project to do. The structure was not only old, but it was also a safety hazard. Nick and his team of scouts and volunteers cleared the area, took apart the structure, and built a new one that's a lot stronger and better looking than the one before. 2 weekends and one bent crowbar later, TJ, a new structure stands, complete with a ladder, stronger dividers, and enough racks to hold every tool in the Glenbard North Theater that it will ever need. Nick hopes this will be only the first of many Eagle projects for the Glenbard North Theater. After Nick completed all these requirements, he had a conference with the Scoutmaster to make sure everything was completed and in order. Next, the Boy Scout Council office checked his records and held the Board of Review. On April 30th, 2013, the Eagle Board of Review found Nick to have successfully completed all the requirements and awarded him the rank of Eagle Scout. Congratulations.
I'm supposed to say a few words, but everybody has said all of them. So very simply put, I've had the honor and privilege of knowing him since he started as Tiger Cub. I would call him stealth. I would call him comical. He is a very quiet, observant, but yet when he does have his edge, you do it very well. You are a very intelligent young man. You complete tasks that are just overwhelming for people of your age. They are impressive, they are done beautifully, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Dude, there's nothing more I can say. When you came to that table, and you said you wanted to make Eagle, and I told you you had enough time, again, you did it. Nicely done. And I said it without crying. I'll leave that to you, Mr. B. Okay. Nick, it has taken you several, it has taken, oh, this is good stuff. It has taken you years of Cub Scouts, 6 years of Boy Scouts to achieve the rank of Eagle. The success of a troop is measured by the support of the adult leaders, the willingness of the Scouts to work and learn. Nick, you have chosen to work and you have chosen to learn from your fellow Scouts and the troop adult leaders. It all comes down to this. Will Carl Zika, Troop 191's past Scoutmaster, please come forward for the presentation of Eagle Scout rank?
Well, let me first introduce myself. My name's Carl Zika. I'm I was with Troop 191 for 9 years. I have 3 Eagle Scouts that came through Troop 191. I was Scoutmaster for 4 years. I guess I'm 2 years removed, something of that nature. Mr. Engler, thank you for allowing me to do this. Barry couldn't have been, first he had a prior commitment and he was able to show up, so thank you for allowing me to do this. This is an honor for me to be able to give Nick the oath of for Eagle Scout. At this time, I invite all Eagle Scouts to please rise and be recognized. This Eagle Scout became an Eagle when he took the oath of the Eagle Scout promise. There are many successful and well-known Eagle Scouts, from former presidents of the United States, world-famous film directors, most of the original astronauts, and many personalities prominent in the world of sports and business. The Boy Scouts of America now counts you, Nick, worthy of admission into their rank. Your journey from Cub Scout to Boy Scout to Eagle Scout does not end today. Indeed, the journey never ends. Before you is a responsibility not only to you and your fellow Scouts, but also to your God, your country, and your family. The Eagle Scout badge not only recognizes past service and achievement, but also warrants future service and achievement. Nick, the words you are about to say are similar to those that you've said many times. Today, you will pledge yourself on your honor, just as these Eagle Scouts have done in the past. Nick, please make the Scout sign and repeat after me. I affirm my allegiance to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
I affirm my allegiances to the 3 promises of the Scout Oath.
I thoughtfully recognize and take it upon myself
I thoughtfully recognize and take it upon myself
the obligations and responsibilities of an Eagle Scout.
the responsibilities and obligations of an Eagle Scout.
On my honor, I will do my best
On my honor, I will do my best
to make my training an example,
to make my training an example,
my rank and my influence
my rank and my influence
count strongly for better scouting,
count strongly for better scouting,
better citizenship
better citizenship,
in my troop and in my community,
in my troop and in my community,
and in my contacts with other people.
and in my contacts with other people.
To this I pledge my sacred honor.
To this, I pledge my sacred honor.
2. Nick, please escort your parents to join you for your Eagle Award presentation. Will Andrew Zanoni please come forward to replace Nick's troop neckerchief with his Eagle neckerchief and slide? Janet, I ask that you place the Eagle medal on Nick's left pocket.
I ask that your dad present you with the Eagle certificate and your Eagle patch.
I'll try not to cry. Here's your Eagle certificate. Do it. The National Society of the Sons of American Revolution, what's it be? Awards this certificate of recognition to Eagle Scout Nicholas John Berger for outstanding achievement and exceptional leadership and citizenship, evidenced by his attainment of the rank of Eagle Scout.
As a past Scoutmaster of Troop 191, representing the current Scoutmaster Barry Engler and all the Scoutmasters before me, I now present you with your badge of Eagle. Scouts and guests, I present you Troop 191's 73rd Eagle Scout, Nicholas Berger. At this time, will Nick present his father's pin to Jeff. This is given to your dad in recognition of his adult leadership, advice and guidance as he followed you through your trail to Eagle.
Go for it, Nick.
Do I know him or what? It's me. This is Zika said the apple doesn't fall apart. I'm only bleeding over.
Okay, train.
At this time, Nick, will you present your mother, Janet, her mother's pin? This is given to your mother in recognition of her motherly advice, the guidance and support during your trail to Eagle. A tradition of Troop 191 is to honor each of our Eagle Scouts by remembering them with a special ribbon as they place on our troops' American flag. Will TJ Flanagan please come forward to help while Nick places his ribbon on the flag? Will Greg Zanoni, will Greg Zanoni please come forward for the presentation of the troops gift?
Good afternoon, everybody. I am greatly honored to be here today to honor this fine young man for achieving this Eagle rank. One of the aspects of an Eagle Corps of Honor that I really enjoy is a historical representation of a Scout's journey through their time as a Cub Scout and a Boy Scout. Like you, I cannot help but feel, emotions ranging from pride, joy, even a bit of sadness, because for some boys this represents the end of a segment of their life. because they're moving on, they're getting older. But it's the pride that wins out here. Knowing as a parent that we thought enough to put our son's well-being, to think of our son's well-being enough, to introduce them to scouting and to see them grow through scouting. The scouting experience to supplement our efforts in parenting by providing our sons the opportunity to experience important life lessons that become socially active, gaining leadership skills, countless leadership skills. Helping others and through the merit badge process, maybe learning what we might want to do when we get older. I have enjoyed watching Nick grow in both these past 6 years. I see him be very active in Troop 191 by attending many troop functions, taking on various leadership roles. In addition, Nick's also been active outside of Boy Scouts. In high school, he participated in band, theater, and lacrosse without missing a beat in his schoolwork. Thick, right? And Boy Scouts. And now Nick is off to college. It's a testament to the efforts of Nick's parents, Jeff and Janet, his extended family, and of course Troop 191, that Nick is in a great place right now and about to turn the page to a new chapter in his life. So representing Troop 191, I'd like to present Nick with the troop gift. So Nick, Troop 191 is very proud of our now 73 Eagle Scouts. As a church, I'm proud to present to you this gift, an Eagle statue. May it always remind you not of your Eagle rank, but also of your troop. Congratulations. I just thought I'd share this story about Nick that happened a couple years ago. I had a great pleasure of being a merit badge counselor for selecting merit badge. As you know, this is not a badge to be taken lightly. And during my time at Troop 91, not many boys have done this. Okay? Besides learning how to maintain and repair a bike, scouts have to ride their bike for extended times. The riding portion is no small task, and the scouts have to ride their bike for a minimum of 150 miles. All right? To get this done, many will ride maybe upwards of 300 miles. Okay? These rides consist of a couple 10-mile rides, a couple 15-mile rides, a couple 25-mile rides, and then the big one, the 50-mile. Okay? Well, Nick, being the busy guy that he is, wanted to get the rides done as quick as possible, with no extra rides to develop the stamina. With his credit, he accomplished that goal. To get the riding portion of the merit badge completed, Nick and his father, Jeff, my son, Andrew, and I spent Saturdays or Sundays accomplishing this goal. We did this at Bussy Woods. I don't know if anybody's ridden by Bussy Woods, but it's a beautiful 7-, 8-mile circle around there. While we enjoyed the rides, and so this company on all those rides, one particular ride stood out. It was one of the 25-milers. We had just crossed the bridge. I don't know, has anybody been to Bussy Woods? On the east side there, behind Christ Road, there's a bridge that goes over here. Okay? By now, Nick was riding with authority and leading us around the loop. Once you reach the downside of this bridge, without pedaling, you might reach 20 miles an hour. Probably even more than that. I think I've gone up to maybe 30 miles an hour. We were about 2 blocks beyond that point, so Nick is still going 15, maybe 17 miles per hour. And that's when things got kind of interesting. Did that come to you yet? This is what I think happened. Picture this, if you will. See Nick moving at a high rate of speed across this section of the path. Accounting for speed and mass, Nick is a virtual locomotive, and nothing's going to stop him, and he knows it. He has the eye of the tiger. Then out of nowhere, I believe some punk, or evidently very territorial bumblebee, flying at a high rate of speed, decided to cross Nick's path and wipe him out, down and out. It was like Charlie Brown getting hit by yet another line drive. Maybe you've seen a picture of this beat. Actual size.
Actual size.
Yeah, exactly.
Still water.
Yeah. After making sure Nick was okay, we got on our bikes. We completed that lap, and I think we had about another lap to go to complete that ride for the day. And then we later joked about the irony of how such a small creature can knock over a person of this size. But then I was thinking about another irony. What is the Boy Scout motto? Be prepared, right? Well, in Nick's case, it's be prepared. So anyway, I know. But we couldn't help that. Since Nick's encounter with this bad news bee, I have ridden that path many times. Never been hit by it. And almost every day on the way home, I go by that spot. And the beautiful thing is, every time I pass that spot, I think about Nick and what happened that day. And also, too, about the experiences of the travels through Boy Scout from becoming an Eagle. And this is, an Eagle fast, you're aware. So, but it also makes me think about Troop 191 in general. All the beautiful things that happened these past 6 years to countless number of boys. What a terrific experience it's been. So, a little help with Photoshop there, Nick. Andrew and I made a picture here for you as a remembrance of this day. So, I just want to thank you again for all the memories, and best of luck with your future endeavors.
Now I would like to introduce Nick's sister, Tyler Berger, to read the letters of congratulations, please.
Hello. As you may know, we are Nick's younger sisters, Emily and Tyler. Nick is a determined, loyal, trustworthy person. He is always there for us and gives us great advice, whether it be about starting high school or what outfit to wear to school. We are so lucky to have him and wouldn't change him for anything. We love him and are very proud of him for achieving Eagle Scout.
Love you, Nicky Poo.
Nick has received a few letters congratulating him. The first one is from the keeper of the Stanley Cup, Phil Pritchard. Dear Nicholas, I hope all is well. Just a short note to say congratulations on becoming an Eagle Scout. As you may know, hockey is played in 75 countries around the world, which might seem like a big number. However, when you list how many countries in the world Scouts are in, hockey doesn't look very big. I understand you were involved in removing an old, dangerous storage structure in the theater scene shop. I am sure that will be just one of the many undertakings that come your way as an Eagle Scout. Congratulations again, from one Scout to another. I was one a long time ago. All the best regards, Phil Pritchard. The next one is from the principal here, Dr. Menzer. Dear Nicholas, on behalf of the staff and administration at Glenbar North High School, I would like to congratulate you on having earned Scouting's highest achievement for males, the Eagle Scout Award. This is an outstanding accomplishment. This award recognizes what you have excelled in the categories of leadership, community service, career planning, and personal development. You have devoted much time and effort towards reaching this milestone, and I am proud of your efforts. The storage unit will greatly enhance the Glenbar North Scene Shop. You are a true stellar representation of Panther pride and a quality ambassador of Glenbar North High School. Sincerely, Dr. John T. Menzik. The next one is from the White House. We congratulate you on earning the rank of Eagle Scout. Your hard work, dedication, a sense of service have earned you this recognition as one of our nation's bright young leaders. We hope you continue to draw upon the values you learned as a Scout to benefit your community and our country. Young men like you who care about improving our world gives us great hope for America's future. Sincerely, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama. And now I would like to introduce the village trustee, Matt McCarthy.
Mayor Severino sends his apologies for not being able to make it. This is to him, a hugely important job to come and represent the village in an important something as important as this. I'm happy he's not here, because that means I get to fill it, and I feel the same way. First off, I'm going to speak for the mayor on his letter to you. Dear Nicholas, congratulations on achieving the rank of Eagle Scout. I know the Court of Honor ceremony to be held in your honor will be a special day for you, your family, and fellow Scouts and Scoutmasters of Troop 191. The Boy Scouts of America have been very successful in developing the skills, character, and values in the youth it serves. Your new rank of Eagle Scout is both an accomplishment and a challenge as you continue to strengthen those skills, character, and values you have developed over your years as a Scout. This is a major accomplishment because nothing comes easy in life, and in order to achieve the Eagle Scout rank, you have had to commit much time, energy, and effort in meeting the standards of the rank. I want to congratulate you again on your fine achievement, and as mayor, I want to praise you for demonstrating the citizenship and leadership needed by today's youth. Continue your hard work and dedication as you live the Eagle Scout values and know that you are a true role model to all those around you. Sincerely, Frank Severino, Senior Mayor. Now a few words from me. Again, congratulations. Achieving something like this tells me your role models are here. Your Scoutmasters, your fellow Scouts, your teachers, and of course your family. Those are the right role models. Nick, you are now also a role model. You have that, your kids will look up to you, and it's your responsibility to show them the right way. Congratulations.
Okay, enough of the accolades. At this point in time, we now need to turn this over to the man of the hour. Mic is not on. Project.
I want to thank you all for coming out here. It's a little bit short notice, but you all still made the effort of coming. There's a lot of people that I'd like to thank for being able to reach this rank. Even though I'm the one up here receiving the badge, it was a huge effort of my family, my friends, the people in my troop, the other Scouts in my troop. When I had the silly ideas of things to do with my Eagle Project, my cousin, uncle, Mr. DeBosher, he kind of told me what was possible and what wasn't. Also helping with my Eagle Project was my Aunt Susie and my mom. My parents both helped push a lot, probably more than they really needed to. But I'm glad they did anyway. My mom and my aunt for helping with supplying with the food, making sure everything was in order. For the boys who came and helped construct it, TJ for giving us something to talk about with the crowbar. I'm really happy with how it came out. It couldn't have happened without the help of all of you. I'd also like to thank people who kind of helped keep me on track. Mr. Zumilin, who couldn't be here tonight. I'd like to thank him, who just did a lot to help me reach Eagle. He met with me at least once a week to keep me on track with what I needed. Mr. Kometz for kind of sort of inspiring me with his stories, the Chupacabra tag. I still tell those stories whenever my friends want to hear one from Scouts. They get mad. Mr. Zanoni for helping me when I had a long road ahead of me, 150-mile road. So like I said, even though it's me up here receiving the badge, it's the combined efforts of everyone around me that just made it possible for me and all these other scouts to reach such a high rank. And I'd like to thank you guys. One awkward applause.
Before we conclude, I've been informed that as there's been an invitation extended to you for the second Monday of September for you to lead the Pledge of Allegiance at the next Village of Carroll Street meeting. So if you would like to get in contact with Mr. McCarthy, we can get that all squared away if you're available at that time.
Check my schedules, I think I'll do it.
Excellent. Will Mr. Comets please come forward for the benediction?
I'm going to deviate from the program for just a little bit, if I may. Boy Scouts was actually founded in England by Lord Baden-Powell and was brought to the United States in 1910 by a man by the name of W.D. Boyce. When the first person to reach this highest rank, there was a committee that was formed in order to give this rank a name. I mean, there was no Eagle Scouts at that time. So there was a couple of real strong factions. And one was the Eagle, which eventually did win out. But there was another faction that wanted the name to be after a bird that was, Ben Franklin wanted this bird to be our national emblem. So thank God they lost, because Nick, otherwise you'd be known as a Turkey Scout. Okay, now please prepare yourself in your own form. Our gracious God, thank you for another Eagle Scout in the troop of the community. Thank you again for the opportunity for us to acknowledge and recognize Nick's accomplishments, leadership, and lifestyle in his Eagle Court of Honor. We ask that you help Nick to be an outstanding example of scouting and its principles, oath, law, and motto, in all he meets, continues, and demonstrates. Honor, loyalty, courage, cheerfulness, and service at home, church, and his troop, and in the community through his life. Dismiss us now with your blessing in Jesus' name. Amen.
I could have swung a Turkey Scout. That's no problem. Today is truly a special day for Nick and his family, friends, and the troop. Birders invite you to join them immediately following the retiring of colors for food and refreshments in the faculty cafeteria, and in the back of the stage area, right through the large doors, to see Nick's Eagle Project. Will T.J. Flanagan, Chris Soto, Warren Koss, Luke Mandrello please come forward to retire the colors?
Color guard attention, will the audience please rise? And salute. Color guard, retrieve the colors.
This concludes Troop 191's 73rd Eagle Scout, Nick Berger's Eagle Court of Honor ceremony. Thanks to all of you for joining us.